All right, ready? 1, 2, for real. All right, 1, 2. Hey.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everyone? What's up, everybody? Josh and Brooke here with the 5-0 family, and we just want to say thank you. Thank you for the 250 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That gives us, what, 1/4 of the way there? Math. Yep. So this is a great time to say, if you have not liked and subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do that. Like this video, hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot. We would appreciate it. So really, since 2011, we have been kind of dabbling in this vlogging world. From the moment that we brought Lainey home for the very first time, we just started writing and documenting what we were experiencing as parents, what we were learning. We loved it and we enjoyed it. And then as our kids got older, around 2016, we started making videos for our YouTube channel. Again, documenting what we were doing and what we were learning as a family, and it has been it's been so much fun. Probably since the pandemic and the shutdown and quarantine, our family, including the kids, have really started enjoying creating content and being a part of YouTube. And so one of the reasons that we're sitting here talking to you today is because we really want to make sure you know why we are doing a YouTube channel and why we make videos. Right?
So since 2011 and really still today, our vision for this channel has been to provide entertaining and encouraging content for the whole family, not just for parents, not just for kids, but the whole family. A channel that you can trust.
I mean, we have channels on YouTube that our family, our kids love, and channels that we watch together as a family, religiously. I'm assuming that your kids are probably the same way. So whether you are a parent or a kid watching this here today, we want you to know that whatever the 5-0 family puts out, you can trust it to be age appropriate, family friendly, encouraging and entertaining for the entire family. In fact, our videos usually consist of adventures that we're going on, fun challenges that we put each other through, and then just moments of life. It could be ministry, it could be marriage, it could be something that we happen to be going through as a family, more of a vlog, if you will. And so we want our channel to exist for that. We even have ventured into the gaming world, and so if you're on Twitch, you can go follow us right now, twitch.com/5-0 family. We're there usually every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, gaming with the kids, Fortnite, Lego games, and much, much more. It's a ton of fun. So really, adventures, challenges, gaming, and then just moments in life. I want to share that with you, which is, again, why we're here today. We've had several big life transitions and changes, and I want to give you some of those updates. And if you know us in real life, which many of you do, you know that back in 2019 that we felt called by God to plant a church, Rescue Church, here in the Triangle of North Carolina. And we did that. And we saw God do some incredible things. We saw some of our best friends move to the city to help be a part of this mission. We saw lives changed forever. We saw people find Christ, be baptized, and find lifelong friendships. And honestly, that was one of the biggest goals that we had with planting our church. And so we were about a year into this journey, learning a lot. And that is when us and the rest of the world were encountered with COVID-19. You may or may not know this, but even before COVID-19, about a month before the shutdown happened, our trailer of equipment was stolen. So about 3/4 of our church equipment was gone. Our insurance covered maybe a third of the loss. And then about 3 weeks later, we were shut down as a result of COVID-19. And so we made a lot of shifts. We made a lot of pivots, if you will, and trying to do our best to help people stay connected, to see their faith not just survive a shutdown, but see it thrive in a shutdown. And listen, we could easily sit up here and give you excuse after excuse and blame a lot of what has happened on COVID-19. But if we're being honest, God was already beginning to shift some things in our heart. And I think the pandemic kind of even gave us some permission to explore that.
That's good.
Right? And so as a result of being shut down, we lost our facility. The school that we were meeting in, the county canceled all rental leases with no promise that that would return. And even honestly, just now, here where we live at, literally maybe a month ago, movie theaters just opened back up. So what does that mean? Well, for a portable church, there weren't any options. We could not afford to go rent a commercial space. Really, we're struggling with, God, what is next for us? There was a period towards the end of last year where I really began to question, like, God, did we miss this? Did you really call us to plant? Because I understand that there's a global pandemic going on, but this isn't what I thought was going to happen. Like, if I was writing the story, it's not how either one of us would have written it. And so we just really began to trust in God even more so, and pray and fast about, God, what would you have us do? We know what's in our hearts, and we feel like we've accomplished that. But we want to be a good steward. We want to be good leaders. We want to be good shepherds. And ultimately, we just want to trust you. God, what do we do?
In our heart, we really felt like we would continue with rescue and shepherd our people and love them well. And that's always been a huge part of our heart. But Josh was away from the home a lot with a second job that he was working, trying to help make ends meet. And as we were just really committed to just loving Jesus and helping people find their freedom and purpose, and the more that it is that God has for them, which is what we always felt was a part of our heart, he went away for the weekend, and an amazing conversation came apart with him and some of the leadership of Zoe. Josh called me so excited, and also it just kind of got us, a little flustered maybe, but really gave us an idea of what to pray for, and that God was beginning to write the next chapter of the Overtons' life.
Yeah, for sure, because it felt like, and just being honest, as we've felt as the leaders and pastors and initiators of rescue, that as we felt that door closing, in a lot of ways we felt like the Overton chapter was closing. Not in like our family, but what are we going to do? Like,
have we missed it?
Have we missed it?
What did we do wrong? Where did we go wrong?
Yeah.
But it also
we spent 10 years in ministry kind of preparing for this. We've known we wanted to plant a church almost the entire time we've been together and been in ministry. And now that was like noticeably coming to a close.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a lot of factors. And again, we could spend the rest of this video telling you why, and mistakes we made and mistakes that were made, and ultimately the pandemic, right? But we don't want that. That is what happened. But the reality is there was something already stirring in our hearts. And so to Brooke's point, I've been associated and in the circle of Zoe for almost 10 years now. Zoe is a men's and women's initiative-driven ministry that seeks to build communities so that people can experience oneness and connectedness with God and one another. And we love that. It has meant so much to our hearts, the freedom that we have found individually, the freedom and meaning and purpose that it has brought to our family and our marriage. And so the invitation to come join the staff of Zoe part-time to explore that, to give us some income as a family, because I did need to work outside the home and outside the church. It kind of checked some of those boxes. And this was December of this past year. And we said yes in January after some time of prayer and consideration. And for 6 months now, we have been, linking arms with the team of Zoe, going on mission with them, helping pull off several weekend events and other ministry initiatives. And it has been, to coin the word that we have for our family this year, wild and free. There has been freedom in it and exploring it and finding out more about God and His purpose for us. And it has been wild. It has absolutely been wild. And so ultimately all this plays into where we are and where Rescue Church is and why we're on this video right now. So thanks for bearing with us in all of that, because this is really the first time that we've kind of talked about this publicly. A lot of you, I would imagine, have speculated if you're a part of Rescue or have been, then you've been informed just a few weeks ago. But this is kind of the public announcement, if you will, and that is that really last year, towards the end of last year, after a few weeks of praying and fasting, we felt that the Lord led us to accept that it was okay to shut the doors of the organization known as Rescue Church. But it came with a promise, as it so often does with Jesus, and that is that his purpose was not finished. And the mission was not closing. The chapter may be closing, but the mission wasn't closing at all. We didn't really know what that meant at that time, but we were like, okay, we trust you, Jesus. And as we have began to explore what it means to come on full time with Zoe and to step more into that calling and that glory, if you will. Yeah. And Brooke's got some of her own journey that she'll go into in just a minute. We've just been exploring and praying, God, what does this mean? What does it mean that this mission of seeing homes and marriages and families encouraged and equipped, what does that mean? Let me circle it back. Okay, let me connect some dots. During the pandemic, when our church shut down, meeting only on Sunday mornings, we took everything online, and immediately the drive behind taking our services online wasn't to create Netflix for our church, but to create a resource where you could then take that into your life, your home, your family, and be very practical with it. We wanted to see you become the priest of your home, right? We wanted to see you become the pastor of your home. We wanted to see your home become a place of worship and prayer and living out what it means to be a follower of Jesus day to day. And so all of our sermons, all of our resources, from the Friday tables to the prayers to the resources, were pointed in that direction. And that became known as Rescue at Home, right? Rescue at Home. And so as we have began to explore what it means to come onto the team and be full-time with Zoe, there is an opportunity for us to create and continue to put out that very resource, Rescue at Home. And while it has been such a hard decision to say organizationally, we're going to shut down, there's some overhead there to stay open that we're going to get out from underneath. We're going to kind of shut down the organizational side of Rescue. But the mission that started Rescue and was Rescue and always will be Rescue is alive and well. And I'm so happy to announce to you that this Sunday, for Father's Day, through our alliance and partnership with Zoe, that this resource, Rescue at Home, is going to be released. And it's going to be a 3-week series that you can go through together as a family. It is designed to help you as a parent to love and lead your family well. And I am thrilled to share this with you. And this is kind of just the beginning. There's a link right here at the bottom of the screen. You can go and find that resource there. There's a quick form you can fill out to make sure that resource finds you on Father's Day. And it's just our privilege to share this with you. And it is so humbling and affirming that Jesus would still bring forth his redemption this way, right? Like, it's been, last year was some very, very tough mental and emotional times of our lives. And again, we mentioned that there was a lot of questioning, a lot of doubting, having to process a lot. A lot of relationships were strained. It was tough. It was very, very tough. But to see God's redemption in it all is so beautiful. And we can't wait to share more about Zoe, more about what we're doing with Zoe, who Zoe is. We just hope that what we're learning and what we've learned can be encouraging and, yeah, sometimes entertaining to you. And we just want to put that on film and share that with you. As far as Rescue Church goes, we love it. We're thankful for it. We wouldn't change a thing. If you're watching this and you were a part of it, oh my God, you'll have a place in our hearts forever. We're so thankful that you came, that you served, that you gave, that you prayed. And nothing, COVID-19 or anything else, can take anything away from what we accomplished for Jesus as a result of that. And we love you. We're so, so thankful for it. And maybe we sound, well, they sound pretty put together for that kind of decision. Well, we've had 6 months to think about it and pray about it. And it's taken us 6 months to be able to get in front of a camera and talk about it. But man, we're so excited, and God is so good. and He's still up to so much good in our lives, and that's just half of it. Like Rescue Church to Zoe, Rescue at Home is just half of it. There's even more exciting news that I'd love for you to take a minute and share about kind of what God's been doing in you, what He's been bringing out in you, and what maybe we can look forward to with some future 5-0 videos.
Maybe. I guess back in 2018, the fall of 2018, God just kind of stirred on my heart to finish my associate's degree, which I was one class away from before I decided to marry this man here.
That's right.
But before we planted Rescue, it was, hey, let's just get that one class done. And so I decided to do that, knowing that all 3 kids would be in school that coming fall. And so I finished my degree, and then...
Because you were a stay-at-home mom.
I had been a stay-at-home mom, since Lainey was born.
Yeah, the second we brought Lainey home.
Well, before that.
Well, yeah.
You know, about 6 months pregnant, where I was working had closed down, and anyway, I was a stay-at-home mom. So when Benjamin was starting kindergarten, we decided, well, maybe it's time for me to go back to work. And so I wanted to at least have that degree in hand. So Josh had written a lovely Instagram post, and he said that it was my glory to share, and honestly, I never shared it. So I did finish my 2-year degree, surprise.
Yes.
And I ended up getting a job with this kids' school. I was super excited to join the staff at the kids' school. I hold them all so, so dearly.
Yeah.
And it allowed me to step into a passion that I think I kind of had forgotten I had, because I had been staying home with the kids, and I felt like that was my purpose, was to be Josh's wife and the kids' mom, and to help him fulfill his purpose and his calling. And he was so gracious in telling me I also have a purpose and a calling outside of just his wife.
Outside of the roles that you have.
Yeah, of those roles. And so anyway, I started working at their school, and I said up, down, and all around, you couldn't pay me to be a teacher. And some of the staff, if they watch this, they'll laugh at that, because I was working with 4 different teachers, and I would look at them daily and say, why do you do this? Why do you put yourself through it? But through the pandemic and working at home, we were so blessed because we were part of a charter school, and so we didn't have to shut down to the capacity that the
public schools.
We were not in person, but we had a really good online availability, I guess we would say, or ability. And the teachers and the staff did so great with that, and I got to come along and help some. And God began to spark something in my heart. And so I went back to school in August, like as an assistant at the kids' school, and I got partnered with an incredible teacher who I just love so dearly. And she gave me a place in her classroom. She gave me a home, and that's the first, as soon as I found out I was going to be with her and be her assistant, I knew I would have a home in that classroom. And so long story short, after a meeting with our head of school and just being in this classroom, God laid on my heart, it was time for me to step into teaching. Like Josh said before, I could sit here and tell you and connect all the dots, but long story short is God has performed miracle after miracle, and honestly, after how many times did I say yes and then no and yes and then no, and
how many times a day?
Yeah, it would be daily, weekly. I'd be like, I think I'll never mind, I'm not gonna do it. I think I'll never mind, I'm not gonna do it. And every time that I tried to close a door, God swung it wide open. And long story short is I am back in school. I'm finishing. I'm just a couple of classes away from my 4-year degree now. It has been an incredible and also very frustrating. Josh loves watching me write papers and cry about them. But I am in school for my 4-year Bachelor in Elementary Education. And I have already landed a position with the kids' school. I'll be teaching 2nd grade in the fall. And I'll have my very own classroom with my very own babies is what I call them, but 2nd graders aren't babies. But exactly where I want to be, with the kids that I want to be with, and I'm in the kids' school, and it's just really amounting to be another part of this wild and free journey of, I know there's so many of you that can say, I've been a teacher and I've ran away from schools, and the reality is that that's a story for some people, but there's always going to need to be educators in the world, because the world needs educators, and it's a frustrating field at times, and there can be so many crazy parts of it, but at the end of the day, this is what God's laid on my heart, and it's allowing us to step into a lot of fun and free times for our family and to be in the kids' school, and it's just an exciting journey. So as far as I'm concerned, and the 3-year ago post that Josh made about me to let me update everyone, here I am. I did finish my 2-year degree. I'm almost done with my 4-year degree, and in the fall I will be teaching my very own classroom full of my very own 25 second graders, and I couldn't be more excited.
Yes. And what's great about it is when we first met, started dating, that was kind of your original plan.
Yeah.
Was to go, she was on track in school to be a teacher, and so to see that rekindled and reawakened in her has been a joy to watch, for sure. And so that's where the Overtons are. That's where the 5-0 family is right now. We're gonna have a 10-year-old in October. Like, I remember sitting down to film a video much like this when our daughter had just started kindergarten.
Oh yeah, I remember.
You know what I mean? And now to think that she's about to be 10, crazy. Yeah. So this is where we are. We chose to bring it in this format. Yes, sure. You know, some of you have gotten emails. Some of you have or will be getting personal letters from us. But we also wanted to bring it this way because, again, we really want this channel moving forward. Our commitment to this channel, our weekly videos, and centered around adventure, challenges, and moments in life, ministry, marriage, and different things that we're going through. And so we wanted to bring the update here. And one of the biggest ways that you can follow along with us and join us is by hitting like and subscribe. So go ahead and do that now. And then if any point you've been a part of praying with us, supporting us on our adventures of Rescue Church, and maybe you want to continue that and explore that with what it means to join Zoe, I invite you to go to zoe.org/Overton, and you can kind of read up about what I'll be doing there and how you can come alongside and join us. And you can always reach out to us with questions or comments as well. But we love you guys, and we're so thankful that you've taken the past, 15 minutes or so. When I go back and edit and trim this video, I'm gonna try to keep it around 15 minutes. So hopefully I did a good job there. If not, let me know about it in the comments. But thank you so much. Seriously, we're so thankful for. We know many of you. We call you friends, and even if we've never met you personally, thanks for just being a part and following along with our family. We truly appreciate it. Anything you want to say?
I think that's great.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. All right. Bye.